Hello, this is Pam. I'm a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator, and today I have a cute punch art scarecrow that I'm going to show you how to put together. I am going to change a little bit out on his hat, and his hair I'm going to do a little different when I put the one together. But isn't it cute? I think it's so cute. And I haven't put it on a card or anything yet, but I'm going to sit him on top of the straw bale with I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back, but the straw bale is just a piece of Hello Honey cardstock, and it measures 3 inches by 1.5 inches, and I rounded the corners off, and I stamped it with the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set, and I used that funny stripe pattern there, and I stamped it just the regular straight way, and then I kind of took it at different angles like that to kind of give it a little bit more texture, like the straw is all in there, all different. And then I took linen thread and just attached it with some glue dots for like the baling twine, so that gives them something cute to sit on there. But we're going to make the scarecrow here. So there's a couple punches that I've used on him that are retired from Stampin' Up. Some of them might be found in the clearance rack yet. I don't know if for his body there, I used the Blossom Builder's punch. It was in the clearance rack like a month ago. If not, you can always find these on like eBay. There's always Stampin' Up! Punches on there for sale. But I used the large petal there for his body because it's narrow at the top and the bottom is rounder. But if you don't have this one, you could always use the extra large oval punch for his body as well. But I have already got all my pieces all punched out to save time on the video, and I've sponged all the edges of every piece with coordinating ink, and then for his face and hands I used Blushing Bride and sponged around there, but that's his body, so you need one of those. And then his arms are from the the small oval punch that Stampin' Up! Used to have. It's real small. I don't know what I did with my other oval punch, the one that's the current one, but this one's real small. And I tried to see if the framelits oval is small, and it's not. It's too big. The framelits oval is too big for the die. So if you don't have these, you could use the word window punch for his arms. They just won't be quite as wide. So the first thing I'll do is glue on his arms, and I use the Tombow glue. You could use your snail, I suppose, on that, but my favorite glue for my punch art is always the Tombow glue. So just attach that, one on each side, and I'll get the other arm and put that on the other side. And I didn't make anything to put in his hands. You could always probably use another strip of that and make like a little piece of straw or wheat coming out of his hand that he's holding. That would be cute. So there's his arms. So they're all different directions, but that's alright. Now his head uses the 1 1/4 inch circle punch, and like I said, I've already sponged that around with Blushing Bride, and I'm going to actually put the glue down on this piece, since we're not going to be using all of the circle. You just get glue all over the place. And then just take the circle and place it down there. that. Cute. Now I'm going to put the nose on. And what I did for the nose is I used this large petal there, and I only put my paper in a little bit, just enough to get, like, it's flat. I'm all upside down and backwards again. Put the cardstock in so you only get just a little piece of the end of that. And then I just took my scissors and rounded the top corners off, because I didn't want it to be square or pointy. I wanted it to be rounded. So just take your little tiny scissors and just round. I know it's small. My fingers are a little nimble myself, but I can hold on to it. That's not too bad. You could always use the bottom of a heart too. A heart punch. That would work too if you don't have that blossom builder punch. I'm going to try to get that a little straighter. I don't have my glasses on either. That probably would help if I put my glasses on, but I don't have them on. Alright, so I'm going to put just a little dot of glue onto his face there. That's to hold the nose down. It's easier to put the glue onto that than this little piece. And his nose is crooked, but that's alright. Now for the eyes, I've used the bird builder punch, and it's the leaf. It's the very top one on the leaf, and all I did was just cut that off. So you only need a partial one. You don't have to cut the whole thing out. And then I just kind of snipped off the stem like that, and then put the eyes. I'm actually going to use the part that's the perfect point where I didn't trim it off for his eyes, because we're going to cover up a little bit of them with his hat. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue just right onto his face, and then put that kind of at an angle towards the nose, so they're not just straight up and down. And then another little bit of glue for that. Try to get them a little bit go in the same direction, and press down on those. Now for the eye reflection there, I use white gel pen, and then for the sides of it, I just use the marker, and this is gray, and you can just draw a little line, and then maybe make a few little lashes coming off of that. I'm going to wait to do the white because it takes just a tiny little bit to dry. Alright, so the hat is just part or half, and I always forget the name of this punch. It's not the curly label. I always forget. I don't know. This is what the shape is. This is baked brown sugar, and I inked the edges up with that. And then the brim, on this one I used the large oval. This time I'm going to use the extra large oval, and I only punched half of it out, and then I took the fringe scissors and cut into it, and then when I glue it on there, I'm going to open it up a little bit. But for the hat, now so you don't really have a whole lot of room to attach the top of the hat. So that was the same on the other one. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the top. But when you get the hat brim put on, it will help keep it on there a little bit more. So just kind of center that, and then hold that down. And then see his hat brim's going to go a little bit over his eyes. just like that. So we'll just put a little bit. If you get extra glue on the back, it'll dry and get a little tacky. I think my first one was like that. Try not to get too much on there. And then if I have any of this hanging out, I'm just going to trim it off with my scissors. But this one I thought was, when I got it all put together, I thought it was a little too small. Plus I curved that one when I cut it out. This one I just left it straight. So I think that one looks better. And then just take your scissors and trim off the little bits that stick out from his hat. Trim around the oval. And then you can fringe his hat up there, make it look a little fringy. Alright, now I can put his eyes on there. Just use the gel pen and just make some white marks. That's good. And then that'll dry. Doesn't take too long to dry, but a little bit. Now his hands are very vanilla, and this is the 1/2 inch circle punch, and I only punched it in about 3/4 of the way on both of those, and inked it again in the Blushing Bride. And I'm going to put attach these to each end of his arms, and just put a little bit of glue on each end. Try not to get glue all over me. I got it on me a little bit, and now I'm all sticky from when I made that one. Whoops. Better put it on the right direction. That would help. On the ink side, facing up. So push those down. Alright, now for his legs. Now this one I used the large oval punch, and I stuck the oval back into the punch to make it shorter. I'm going to try to use the smaller one this time. Let's see see how his legs look with the smaller one. We'll see which one I like better. The chunky legs or the skinny ones. This is again using that retired, the small oval punch, the same one that I used on his arms. For his legs on this one. And I kind of made him go a little bit of the slant, like he was sitting down with his knees together. And I originally wanted him to be sitting down with like his knees up to his chest. That wasn't quite working out the way I wanted, so I just did it that way. Yeah, looks alright, I suppose. We'll see when we get his shoes on. Oh, I didn't put his hair on. I was going to put his hair on before I put his hat on. Well, that's a little too late. Because I thought it would be easier just to stick his hair all on there, but oh well. Alright, now for his shoes is the 3/4 inch circle punch in the baked brown sugar, and I inked around there. And for the little soles of the bottom, all I did was took a little scrap piece of black. I think I might need another one. And just run on the back side of the baked brown sugar a little line of glue. And then stick that down, do it backwards, to stick it down to the black cardstock. And that gives them the little soles of his shoes. And then trim around it. And what I did was I curved around here, and when I got to the, I'm getting into the brown, go straight. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to do it upside down. So straight up until you get to there, and then curve around. That kind of just makes it match the shape of the shoe. Those little soles of his shoes. So that's one. And do the other one. I got this original idea from a Cricut cartridge one, or like their paper dolls, figures, or whatever you want to call them. I don't actually have, I have a Cricut, but I really don't ever use it anymore because I use my punches for everything now. But the paper dolls is what I originally got this idea from, because they are cute. But your paper punches can do just the same, because I like punch art. I'll straighten that one up. So there's his shoes, tops of his boots. So we'll put a little bit of glue. Whoop, that is absolutely way too much. I have a brand new bottle of glue, and it'll spew out everywhere. I don't like to have extra glue hanging out all over because it just makes a mess. Then you have to get your little square eraser out and get it off. I should start using the two-way glue pen actually, because it doesn't spew out like that one does. But I like the Tombow glue because it holds really well. You don't have to worry about your pieces ever falling off. I haven't got much on that one. And just glue his shoes down to the bottom. I suppose those skinnier ovals look alright. I think I actually might like that one a little better. But anyways, alright, so let's do his hair because he looks kind of funny without anything. All I did was I took some Hello Honey cardstock. I don't know what to do with my scrap piece of paper. Here's my big chunk. Cut like a triangle piece out, and then take the fringe scissors and just go all the way down with it. All the way down till it stops. Or you could do it this way, doesn't matter. And then cut them off. And that gives you all kinds of little strips for his hair. And you can cut them down. Let's see, I got kind of different sizes there. So I cut some in half. I cut some in thirds. Just however much you need to fill his hair. And I even put these ones I put in the back, because when I was done with it, I thought it didn't have enough hair, which it would have been easier if I would have done it before I put the hat on. So if you go to do these, if you're going to make one yourself, put the hair on before you put the hat on. I was going to do that, and I just totally got ahead of myself. So anyways, and you can trim it off. Of course, if you want a girl Scarecrow, you could always leave the hair long. Mine was a little boy, so I cut it a little shorter. And just keep putting a little bit of strips of glue there. Attach his hair. Like I said, if it's too long, you can always go back and trim it off. I might leave this one as a girl. One with long hair and one with short hair. And glue those down. This is where I got glue all over myself earlier when I made that one. And I think I'll put, see, that it kind of just looks plain to me right over there. So I'm going to add some to the back side of his head, or her head in this case. Just put it back there and around to the front. Just to fill that all in. And the same on this side. A little bit of glue and some hair. Let's get a longer one. And you can make the edges jaggedy, or you can leave them straight, you know, cut them at an angle. Now I didn't put any on his hands or coming like out of his shoe there, but you could definitely do that if you want it to look like more like he's stuffed with the straw. I didn't. I just left mine plain. It would be cute coming out of his boots. And we'll put a short one and then one on the back again. Now this is small enough to where it's going to fit on a card front. I said I haven't attached it to anything. That was my original one there. But it definitely will fit on the front of a card. It's not too big. I think that one's alright. And one more. To the back. And I think that's it. And once I get his hair on, I think that's it for him. Well, see, I did get some glue there on his hair, and it's sticky. Because the Tombow glue is almost like the two-way glue a little bit. It'll, when it's wet, it's permanent, but then when it dries, it's tacky. And I don't, here's my little eraser tool there. It picks up all of the glue. You just have to make sure that it's, your pieces are dry when you start using it, because otherwise they'll just pull apart. But you can just use that, and that gets rid of the sticky dried glue on there. This, my original one there, I got a little bit around his eyeballs, and I used that on there. You just have to be careful not to pull your pieces off. So that's it for the little Scarecrow. I said I put him on. I don't really know which one I like better. I kind of like his chunky legs better. This one looks like he's got a pumpkin body, but that's cute. But I like the hay bale. I think that's cute. Gives him something to sit on. You could make some punch art pumpkins to put on either side of the hay bale to decorate your card front. So I hope you enjoyed this Scarecrow punch art tutorial. And thanks for watching. And if you want to see more Stampin' Up! Projects, visit my blog. We are stampers.blogspot.com. Bye.